Scream, directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett, the same guys who actually directed 2019's Ready or Not, which was a film I really enjoyed, so I had faith that these guys would do well with this franchise. And the film stars Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, Jenna Ortega, and Melissa Barrera. So Scream 5 picks up after the events of Scream 4 and about 25 years later since the streak of murders originally began. But it follows a new group of teens this time around and a new killer who's looking to resurrect some dark secrets from the past. Alright, so Scream, or Scream 5. Honestly, at this point, either one works, but it's our first major release of 2022, and honestly, I've been hearing mixed reactions about this movie since before and after I've seen it. Critics either hate it or they loved it. But honestly, I'm one of those critics that could say that I truly enjoyed this movie. I mean, you can really tell that this movie was made by huge fans of the franchise, just by how gentle and respectful that they wanted to be with this film. And it's basically already been made a fact because there was an interview that I saw with Neve Campbell where she was actually talking about how Matt and Tyler were behind the camera and they were basically fanboying out by the fact that they were filming a Scream movie. And she said they even forgot that they were even directing the film. So, these guys really valued this project and it really comes through on camera. And these guys really did a great job with taking Craven's work and expanding on it. I mean, they truly understood the assignment is what I'm saying. And just the way that these guys were able to execute the whodunit element of these films. I mean, there were a lot of situations where I was suspecting one person to be the killer and it turned out to be someone else. And maybe, they threw me off another person's scent, but I was pretty sure that it was them for a while. I mean, this is like a key factor of these films. I mean, it is a key factor of the Scream movies. You need to be thrown off someone's track and, maybe think it's them again. And to be able to execute that as close as possible to the same way that Wes Craven, may have executed it was truly impressive. I mean, it wasn't as good as Wes Craven. There will never be another Wes Craven, but these guys stepped in and like I said, they were very gentle with the project. Also, it's still very meta and every character plays their role just like always. I mean, we have the tough guy, Jock, who's present. We have our expert person in horror films and how these things play out. We have our pretty, tough girl main character, etc. And for the most part, I would say that the casting fits across the board. I don't really have any major complaints when it comes to Scream, except just a couple. And that's the fact that in the film, they used some de-aging face mapping software that looked pretty bad in certain moments. And I will say with the new cast members, there wasn't the best of performances when it came to certain situations throughout the movie. But really those are just minor complaints. I mean, this is a Scream movie and these films aren't trying to be Academy Award winners. They are supposed to be fun cinematic meta slasher whodunits that keep you guessing and jumping with jump scares. And this film checks those aspects off the list. So I'm giving Scream, or Scream 5 rather, a 7.5 out of 10. Lots of great Easter eggs and respect paid to the franchise with this film. But just like I said in my straight out of theater reaction, they paid homage to the legacy characters and they were also able to strategically set up a future for Scream with these new cast members. And my personal outlook on this film for fans of the series is that I don't think you should expect any disappointment from this film at all, really. I mean, if you consider yourself to be a Scream fan, this movie is pretty much a love letter to you guys and a love letter to Wes Craven. But there you have it. And if you enjoyed the content, you know what to do. Thank you for watching.